These probably would work better to listen to if you were really stoned, but I'm trying to get you there. This is called The Little Beacon. In this one, he had a flashlight that appears, sort of traces of light through the image. The little beacon. Do not bereave. Many feet and many legs stand here. A soldier echoes what his bugle said, swinging something in his other hand. Hills over hills repeat his legs, so baggy, staggering, so cotton, the rear pocket, the rear hem, and the furrow he jogs in his heart swings back and forth, a little beacon. Seal. Now at dusk, the little seal shifts, a cold wife, under a blanket, trying to cover herself. Shadow is a seal with whiskers of cold. Knowledge, the thing puckered like a forehead, someone placed here for us to find. It is cold, will get colder, while the seal noses what she doesn't know and doesn't want to find, but will. Why did Native Americans build mounds when they could have erected semi-permanent earmuffs? Winnebago swings to the shoulder, muffler on fire, or leaks that could tell our fortunes. Ceaselessly, this TV points remotely to our heads. In circles, they would walk, endless, flapping their arms open, when they could have become our Doppler, inching like a scow. Circle the tools mound builders would have used. If this is an effigy, then what am I? I crawl along my body, eager to know. Bear, bird, water, panther, spirit, golf course, and to the east, two conical mounds, no names on them. Could be breast, gas, pump, let me up just when I'm ready to gulf, furious sobbing without sound. The old dissolute next door curses everything that is. What is that thing he calls my shrub face hubcap along the highway? What pelvis is it turns my face for hours? Fontanelle, which will not lead me, though I finger it for hours. This one is just about sound. It's called Say. I think this is a picture with a little bit of grass under the snow. Okay, that's all I'll say. Say, moss and snow combine like a harvester careening downhill, gouging in all directions, and the crop in ruins. Stop dead still, a big engine, grunts under, mud under, paste light, compressed to ruts. A man's hand touches it, a heavy instance passed by here, and the snow too soft to say. And this is the last one in this series. It's called Wide. This is an image with some great colors in it. Wide. Pinch the light and it opens into this mauve, the eye of the hill. Night and the eye winks. Usually closed, unusually wide, this chance, this grasp, trees fanning, a million dusks, grass spit by locusts, intricate, sloping, wide, eye, like a tackle at the 40-yard line, brings you blinking to your knees. A year or so ago, an old friend of mine, I don't think John knows her, but I knew both of them in Rhode Island where I used to hang out. And my friend had moved from Rhode Island, which is a state she really liked. It's kind of a nutty state. We were saying at dinner how some of the politicians are kind of like the governor of Illinois. So the stories I'm reading these days about him are very familiar from my old grad school days. Anyway, she called and she had moved to Connecticut and she was complaining about it. Connecticut was too straight-laced for her. She said to me on the phone, I should have known when I moved to a state nicknamed the land of steady habits. So I thought, I jumped back. You know, it's the way my mind works. I thought, I got to write something called the land of steady habits. And what happened is I actually got hooked on this sort of method of, I went and Googled all the nicknames for states, and that really is one of the nicknames for Connecticut. And you guys, of course, are land of Lincoln, among other things, right? Wisconsin, we're forward. So I made a whole bunch of little pieces, 50 of them, in fact, and each one is titled one of the nicknames of the state in question. Some of these are sort of vaguely responsible pieces. They're kind of really about the state, and they mention place names. A lot of them are not, though. A lot of them just go flying. So the first one I'll read, in part in honor of not only Martone, but my old wonderful friend, Arkansas, who took me to the town mentioned in this piece. So this is about Arkansas, and its title is Natural. What you'd want in a fruit except prunes, or the Ozarks, or makeup. Plus, it's natural to have a couple RVs, at least one shiny hog in the driveway, ready to jump you loose. In Toadsuck, critters latch on the first chance they get, scream out laughing, slapping sin away. Like that last guy you dated, or the church choir sweating down their arms. But don't it feel good to open your mouth and sing your guts out? Jesus ducks when you lose the towel, scooch the Bible in your lap. Pretty soon, pick up your cigarette, the one thing you can count on when God digs his fingers in the sky and day falls down with a whomp. This one is from the nickname for West Virginia, to be rather than to seem. Is a book you brought to the office thinking, today's the day. Those sheds where they hung tobacco are condos now. The AC comes on just when you're ready to scream. It's still in your purse, 1 or 2 pages touched, like recalling something you did when you were very young, something worthy and oddly bright, and you're looking for a place to put it. Maybe the picnic table out back. The computer flickers, you're smoking way too much these days. They danced the great leaves to the back of the shed, then lifted their arms flying. This one's from a nickname for one of Colorado's nicknames. It's Mile High. And this is one where I just sort of stole the phrase, and I don't really mean to imply that all Coloradans are druggies, but there's some of that in here. There may be 1 or 2 in Colorado, I don't know. Mile High, meth, crank, shrooms, OxyContin, here's your wedding list. Tapping your head, scratching your wrists, nosebleed on your underwear, window you forgot to shut. Hustling this counter, something drops by each minute and you work all day at it, straining to hear the order it says in its nicest voice. This one's about Delaware, land of tax-free shopping. It's true, I kid you not, it's really the thing. Part of the difficulty of writing this series was there were so many good nicknames for these states. So land of tax-free shopping. She gets off the ferry with her girlfriend because they're bored at home. How much money do you have, asks her girlfriend. A lot, she says. At the ATM, she's overdrawn again. Payday's next week, but it's already too late. Her girlfriend stalks off and the ferry backs away with a toot. Herds of tourists start crashing for the stores, so this is Delaware, the only part she'll ever see. And now her girlfriend's mad. Won't shop now either, which was the whole idea. She likes old things. The cemetery, where guys in knee pants used to dance and sing. And the street, wives hold hangers for their husbands, stuff saltwater taffy in their mouths. These graves look smashed. Makes her thirsty. 1 little beer would be just thrilling. But that costs a bundle too in this land where the ATMs suck.